So there is something about me in my life that a lot of people aren't aware of. And for a lot of people, it's a bit of a shock, and including myself when I think about it. And that is that I am a military member. I'm in the Canadian Armed Forces working for the Air Force. So my primary role in the military is imagery technician. I am an artist in the military, believe it or not. I do photography, videography, computer graphics, designing, illustration, anything that's visual, that's me, and journalism. And when I shoot a camera. That's what I say. That's what I do. I shoot a camera. I am going to compare a military way of thinking or military operatives and compare it with mindfulness, which is just as weird to think about, almost unbelievable when we described what this military or what militaries are generally designed to do. So most people think that militaries are just out to attack and fight and kill. But really, militaries are, for the first part, is to defend. We defend our country, we defend our nations, we defend the interest of our people. And if there is a conflict, then decisions are made, and then you know the rest. So mindfulness, in my perspective, is becoming aware of all kinds of things. You are aware of your environment, you're aware of your actions, you're aware of yourself, you are aware of how things function, what's happening at any particular moment, exploring the results that are going to come, awareness of everything. Every military has to be understanding their situation that they're in, whether they're in the defensive mode or they are on some form of an attack, and understanding what they need to do or what is involved. For every individual in that military operative, everyone has a role to play, and everybody needs to communicate with one another. Communication is extremely important, and being aware of the things that you're communicating and listening very well to the commands and to what other people are suggesting and forming a plan of action. And that's that extra level of heightened awareness that every military member has to go through. And I can say every military member, but I'm going to put it as a whole. Like the military itself is one working machine here, with multiple consciousnesses all collected into one, which is pretty cool when you think about it. It's like a collective, a hive way of conducting their operations, and everyone's got to be aware of what everyone else is doing, and then you put that plan into action. And for those who are in direct combat, you are in an environment that you're completely focused on, understanding and focusing on all the dangers that are around, finding out where the hidden enemy might be, what is dangerous, what is not dangerous, and how you're going to maneuver from here to there, or to, again, implement your plan, however that is thought of. And then you have to protect the innocent the whole time. And so there's a lot of challenges there. And if people were not aware of their situations and being mindful, again, imagine any military member in the heat of action. Their heart's pumping, their mind is racing, but they cannot let that get out of control. They have to have their breathing in place. They have to have their mind focused in order to survive and implement their goal. And men and women in the military are able to do extraordinary things by doing so. They are able to do things that are beyond normal, it feels like, at certain times. And in order to do that, again, there's like a deep sense of mindfulness that has to go within them. So despite the way most people think of the military, or even military members, as being a certain, tough person who's, jockish-like, aggressive in not just their physicalness, but even their words, vulgar, things like that. It's not like that. There are people in the military that are like that, but there are people like that in every domain of the world, whatever and wherever you are around the world. There's people like that. Just like there is great and wonderful people, there are some very kind and generous people in the military, and all militaries. And with the Canadian military, I've had connections with our American allies and our European allies. And so I've seen people from around the world, and I can tell you that there is a genuineness about people being kind to each other, and it's great to see. So I play a role in the military, but there's no doubt, as you could imagine, that I may also be able to bring some of my lifestyle and touch people's hearts, throw some seeds and plant some seeds here and there within the military to help people, because not only do people need to have joy in their lives, but some people go through a lot of pain. I mean, whether it's PTSD or physical impairments, that are life-changing. People need encouragement, and people need respect, and people need hope. And they need to be able to understand that through their mindfulness that they were able to have throughout their military career, that they can focus that mindfulness onto something more positive in their life. So I just thought I would throw that in there, for all those who weren't aware that I've been in the military, and that there is a connection there. It's a very unique balance that I am in which I experience this life that has a lot of discipline in there, and then I have another part of me that just has a great flow of life. So it may seem like they're contradicting, but it has made a very unique experience for me, and just thought I would throw a little bit of that so that you can see that where I'm coming from in my life. So just to share a little bit of myself in that sort of way, and kind of kill a few misconceptions about the military. And so with that, feel free to reach out to me with your crazy stories, or tell me a little bit more about your life. I'd love to hear about it. And until next time, enjoy life. Take care, and I wish you well.
Thank you for watching.